Okay, welcome back. In this short video, we are going to go through how to register a player. A player in our world is anyone that interacts with a client. So this will be a doctor, a broker, a nurse, an agent, etc., etc. We're going to go through on this particular video on how to register a doctor. This relates mainly to patient support programs, etc. So depending on your access to the system, you will have you just use your normal username and password that has been allocated to you. Log in, and you'll get to the normal dashboard as we all know it. Okay. So while the dashboard loads, on the left-hand side, as mentioned before, is all your tools. So this is where you can do any actions on the program. So to load a doctor, you will go to relationships. As you'll see, there's a list of different players that interact with a client. So here you'll just go find the player that you want to add. We are going to go through a doctor, but you can see there's a list of different players on the system. Okay, so to load a doctor, you go and find doctor, click on the option, and then it will load the list of doctors that is already there. If you're uncertain if a doctor has been loaded, you can just go and search. Okay, you'll see that nothing comes up under any of these. Where if you just type in like there is a Dr. Moore, and then it will filter through as you need to filter it. Even if a doctor is on the system, even if it's deactivated, it will still show on the list. All right. So you scroll down to the bottom, and there is the tab which is Add New Doctor, and you click. As it loads. All right. You've got all your different options now to load the doctor in the correct places. So if you start from the top and work your way down. So organization, you'll choose which organization the doctor belongs. For example, Sanlam Life Insurance chooses doctors, PPS is it just a Cura Health Doctor, etc., Active Express, so on and so on. For this video, we're going to choose Janssen Pharmaceuticals. This option is what the reps that are in the market will also use to load the doctors that they are going to add patients to the program. Consenting organizations, you just go and choose the consenting organizations. In this case, it's pre-selected Janssen Pharmaceuticals because it helps you along by matching it to the organization. Okay, the superior, you do not need to add anything there. Right, active or deactive, we're going to make the doctor active. All right, the email address will be of the doctor. So here we will have a Dr. Butter. Okay, at curo.com, just as a test. All right, first name, we'll call him John Butter, and then your allocated password. We're just going to do 00 for this one. Now you get to the additional data. All these fields up top here are compulsory. Okay, anything that's below is non-compulsory. All right, so ID number is not required, and most doctors won't give it to you. The registration number is not that important. The mobile address, if they don't want to give it to you, they don't want to give it to you. Title, etc. What is important here is the telephone numbers. Even if they want to give you the mobile, that's fine for an emergency, but we either need a kind of telephone number. So if it's the mobile, it's the mobile. If it's a telephone number, it's a telephone number, but for emergency purposes when it comes to the doctor. So if we have a patient and we have to contact the doctor in an emergency, we need to have a contact number and to phone. So when speaking to the doctor, you can tell them they can give us as much details as they want, but we do need an emergency contact number to phone in case of an emergency with with the patient. All right. Okay. The other bit of information that is vitally important here is the practice number of the patient, of the doctor. Why this is very, very important is we might have 50 Dr. Buertas that are connected to the patient. So with the practice number, when the agents call the when a doctor calls into one of the agents and asks to register a patient, we will go and link the doctor to the patient, but then we might have a lot of the Dr. Buertas. So we would then say, okay, I've got Dr. Buerta, I've got a few options here. Please, can you give me your practice number? Which they'll then recite the practice number, and you can then choose the right doctor to link the patient to. Why it is vitally important that we do that is obviously that there is going to be feedback going back to the doctor, and we need to make sure that it is the correct doctor getting the right patient's information back. All right, receptionist name. You can add in there, so if we have to contact a certain person at the practice, they can do so. All right. So once we have that information, you're just going to check over it to make sure you're connecting the doctor to the right organization. You can connect the doctor to more than one if needed. Also, this is access dependent. The email address is correct because that's where all the feedback is going to go. Names are correct, etc. Passwords, and then just remember to have an emergency telephone number to contact the client, to contact the doctor, and the practice number is vitally important. And then you click submit. Okay, and then your doctor is then loaded. We will move on to registering another player, such as a broker and a responsible person, in another video.